Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Balancing Act. I'm Olga Villaverde.
And I'm Montel Williams.
Today, a new approach to treating chronic kidney disease.
Plus, how to build your financial portfolio.
And a luxurious Australian nutraceutical line that's coming stateside, and we have got the scoop.
The scoop.
Get it?
Balancing Act begins right now. Chronic kidney disease, CKD, is a growing health concern in the United States, affecting almost 37 million people.
With 1 in 3 people at risk, current treatment strategies emphasize controlling risk factors such as diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease.
Recent studies suggest that adding specific probiotics to one's routine may be helpful in the approach of supporting kidney health.
Let's learn more.
About 20 years ago, when I was in my 40s, I got a report from my doctor with my annual blood work that my kidney numbers were off. So I was paying attention and trying to educate myself about this, and I kept an eye on it. I watched certain things that I knew were important, like salt intake and protein intake. Then over time, meeting with that doctor, my numbers took a serious decline. I was told that I had chronic kidney disease and I eventually would be on dialysis. In my mind, it was that quick a change because I didn't realize how serious the early signs were.
Dr. Richard J. Johnson is an emeritus professor of medicine at the University of Colorado and is board certified in internal medicine, infectious diseases, and kidney disease.
Chronic kidney disease consists of damage to the kidneys where the kidneys' function is impaired, and it has to be persistent for at least 3 months to be fully defined as chronic. The risk factors for chronic kidney disease include simple things like just being overweight and pre-diabetic. By the time you have end-stage kidney disease where you need dialysis, the most common risk factors are diabetes and high blood pressure. So the kidneys are important in cleaning the blood of wastes, toxins, and even excess fluid. Typically, the way we measure kidney function is by blood and urine tests. One of the tests is called the GFR, which measures how much the kidney's filtering. The BUN is a measure of blood urea, and it's basically a breakdown product of protein. And creatinine is actually a breakdown product from muscle protein. And if the kidneys aren't working very well, the creatinine is retained. And so you end up with a higher serum creatinine as the kidney function decreases. It's very common when the kidneys start to fail to have no symptoms. So it's important to know that kidney disease is often silent, and maybe as many as 90% of people who have kidney disease may not be aware they have it.
I changed doctors to a geriatric internist because of my husband's health status. I wanted to have a doctor that we both had a relationship with, and I knew I was going to need to advocate for his health care. And it turned out to be good fortune for me because she paid more attention to my kidney health. And she brought it to my attention in a more serious way than my doctor in the earlier years had. And she offered a referral to a nephrologist, but said she wasn't concerned, that if I wanted to, I could. And so I took the referral. And he said kind of the same kind of thing, eventually you're going to be on dialysis. I don't have diabetes, I don't have high blood pressure. So I think that maybe that's why the doctors didn't quite know what to do to assist me. And I felt like I had to figure out what to do lifestyle-wise. I just couldn't believe there was nothing to be done to prevent progression.
Doctors have developed a scoring system that goes from stage 1, very, very early kidney disease, to stage 5, which is pretty much at the level that you'll end up starting dialysis. So the problem is that kidney disease tends to be irreversible. We can slow it down. We might be able to improve it a little bit, but with current therapies, we can't actually reverse chronic kidney disease.
My kidney lab numbers had declined, and creatinine is an issue, and uremic acid. And when I was looking for a solution to my chronic kidney disease, I started doing research online, and I discovered research about probiotics that support kidney health. And that just made good sense to me.
While we have many drugs that we can use to treat kidney disease, there's also the potential of supporting kidney health independently of treatment. There's been a big breakthrough in research in the last 20 years in which we've discovered that another very important component of health is what goes on in our gut. And our gut contains bacteria, and they actually work with us to keep us healthy. And they can be bad guys as well and help promote disease. When you have chronic kidney disease, you tend to have an unhealthy bacteria in your gut. That's been shown multiple times. The unhealthy bacteria are making things that are not helping the kidney. They're actually probably making the kidney worse. It was recognized that a lot of these products that are retained with kidney disease, like uric acid, urea, and creatinine, that there are actually some bacteria out there that can degrade that. Renadil is an exciting probiotic that looks like it has much promise to help kidney health, and it came out over 10 years ago.
Renadil contains 3 strains of naturally occurring bacteria that have been carefully screened and selected to modulate the gut microbiome and target, as well as break down specific toxins when introduced into the gut. These toxins are the same as those that build up due to kidney dysfunction. The probiotics in Renadil are able to consume these compounds, such as creatinine, urea, uric acid, indoxyl sulfate, lowering their concentration in the body and reducing the burden on the kidneys.
I learned about Renadil. It made sense to me to try it. I understood probiotics to not be harmful, no side effects that I had to be worried about, and a lot of benefit to be gained. It sounded great in the studies to me. Within a few months after that, my regular lab work was scheduled. Went in for my results, and it had improved. And I continued doing it, and the numbers continued to improve, or right now I'm really in a very stable place with them. I'm moving almost into normal range. I feel really good about it. I feel good about taking care of myself. I don't know, it's very empowering to feel like I can make a difference.
For more information on the subject discussed today, visit renadil.com. And as always, you can go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
You know, everyone wants to feel better, but knowing what supplementation to choose can be overwhelming.
Absolutely. There's so many to choose from, right? Kailo Nutrition is here to make wellness simple, luxurious, and effective with high-quality blends that fit effortlessly into daily life. And joining us today to share their expertise and passion for wellness are Kailo founder and CEO Christy Morris. Also joining us, TV personality, nutritionist, and podcaster Lola Berry. Welcome.
Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely. Christy, tell us a little bit about this, because, I mean, supplementation can be confusing, and why is that?
I think because of the level of choice that's out there. So when you go into the shop, you turn over all the labels. How do you know which one is the right one for you? How do you know which interacts properly? There are some products that shouldn't be used with other products. And I think it gets to that point where it then becomes a barrier and people walk away.
So many choices, so this makes it simple. We want to keep it simple and easy.
I was reading here, Christy, you're Australian. You wanted to create something that really worked, that was science-backed, and that empowered individuals to take control of their nutrition. And that's how kind of Kailo came about, but with an American angle. So tell me what that means, and how did you come up with the name?
Well, firstly, coming up with the name, Kailo means wholeness and good omen. So I feel like that sort of sets the tone of who we are as a brand. I'm definitely a true Aussie, but I've always been very connected to this country. And I had a really incredible journey with my son. He had some health concerns and we needed to move to the US. There wasn't the options in Australia at the time. And throughout that journey is where I grew my passion for thinking outside of the box, not being a victim to your DNA, and looking at holistic approaches, which I felt like long term, I wanted to be able to bring that and empower other people to have those choices. So Kailo Nutrition was born.
Now, Kailo Nutrition is also a leader in luxury wellness. What exactly does that mean?
I think luxury wellness is removing the clinical side of things. So often when you are taking your supplements, it feels very clinical. We created Kailo Nutrition so you can create your own rituals. You can have a moment to yourself or with your family, creating it into food, drinks, smoothies, however you like. But it's that moment to yourself, and that feels elevated and peaceful.
And Lola, can you tell us a little bit about the science behind Kailo's formulations?
All of Kailo's formulations have been created alongside leading Aussie nutritionists. Everything's science-backed. And for example, let's talk about Beautiful Feel Well, which we have in front of us. Over 15 grams of collagen, which we know, great for skin, hair, nails, connective tissue, but also it's this super blend for our gut health. It's got glutamine in there, which is good for the gut wall, chamomile, aloe vera, super calming, but it's also got probiotics, digestive enzymes, so it's like 6 in 1. And I haven't even mentioned the flavour. It tastes like minty and delicious. But then if we look at, say, like Sleep Well, you add in the magnesium, that's calming for the nervous system. Ashwagandha, that's an amazing adaptogen, so really good for stress, anxiety, sleep. It feels like you're having this beautiful hot chocolate at night, and it literally sends you to sleep.
Tell me a little bit about the Australian heritage and the guidelines that you're so strictly have to follow.
You're spot on. So in Australia, we have the TGA. It's a little bit like the FDA here, but it is so strict. So we have to cross our T's, dot our I's. So you know that the brand integrity and the quality of ingredients is 100% there. And the whole goal of Kailo is to make wellness accessible to everyone.
So you brought some products. We talked a little bit about this. We have more over there with some nice little treats. Can we go check it out?
Absolutely.
Let's go
Let's
check
go.
that. Oh, this is beautiful.
Absolutely. I can see the products are in keeping with the trends of the day to make a product that you can mix with anything, right?
Yes, that's right. And I think the main thing to realise is that we are focusing on 3 key pillars of health. Your gut health, your sleep health, and your overall immune system health. So they're all super blended. So we have our Look Well here, and that is our super green. So that is the one that has like 6 in 1, your MSM, that's also great for
Antioxidants.
Yes.
But we were saying sometimes greens don't taste good. 6 months of testing, right?
6 months of testing,
to get
and
it
it's
perfect.
Yeah.
So
we
where
wanted
did you put this one, if I may ask? Oh, into this.
But any smoothie combo, it's part of your morning ritual. Whatever you like in your smoothie, throw
Yes.
some of it in.
What's this one here?
So that is the same, but the plant-based version. So it's still use super greens, but we take out the collagen and we replace it with fava bean protein.
So you could really just grab any of these and make something with it and get all the nutrition you need.
It's so versatile.
Gosh.
Like the plant-based chai, we've got it in banana bread here. It's delicious.
I make chai pancakes with my children on the weekends, and they're getting all their nutritional benefits without even realising it.
And I also noticed, though, you not only can you scoop them, but it comes with individual syrup packs.
Yeah, so they're really great for travel, and then you can literally just pour it in water and drink it. You don't need to mix it with anything, and then you're keeping yourself healthy and also protecting your immune system while you're traveling.
And what do we have here?
I love sneaking healthy things into people's meals. This is a chocolate avocado mousse, heroing the sleep well.
Yeah.
So I'll feed this to people at night as dessert, and then afterwards I'll be like, do you know you just had 15 grams of collagen peptides and avocado?
That's great.
Well, I have my eye on this one. May I taste it?
Yes.
All right, let me see.
So that's your
in the
super
pudding.
greens, all your antioxidants, and your Bs.
Oh my gosh, this is delicious.
Yeah. And that's what we say, not only does it look well, but it tastes well.
It tastes well, and I'm getting, again, all the nutrients that I need.
Now, if our viewers wanted to get more information, where could they go?
So they can go to our website, kailo.com.au. You can also purchase on Amazon or in Neiman Marcus.
And I hear there's a special code for our viewers.
Yeah, so the code will be up on the screen, and we'll be offering 20% discount.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
And of
having
course, guys, you know you can always go to our website, thebouncingAct.com, if you want more information, okay?
New year, new you. And by the way, mine.
There you go.
Steal them all.
We'll be right back.
Well, financial well-being is an important topic that keeps us all up at night. Now, whether you're starting to build your financial future, planning for retirement, or somewhere in between, having the right guidance can make all the difference in the world. And today, joining us is Wilbert and David Hamilton of Hamilton Wealth Advisors. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Help us understand what we need to do to plan for our futures, right?
Absolutely.
Let's start by talking about what Hamilton Wealth does, and what were your goals when you started the company?
Hamilton Wealth Advisors was born with a passion and dream to teach people how to create generational wealth. I myself woke up that passion and dream over 20 years ago, and I've been on that mission ever since. My true mission in life is to touch the lives of communities and people and individuals that I never come into contact with. And we do that each and every day by meeting with the clients and helping them plan financially. So, and essentially, we want to be a conduit of change.
Well, this is about community also, right, David? I mean, a lot of families don't actually teach this within the family household. Sitting around the dinner table talking about this.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I can speak to this pretty close to the heart as well. I mean, both our parents, they were well off. I mean, we had a father who was a teacher, educator, mother who worked for the government. And although they were making well on their salaries, we never saw a financial advisor, let alone a financial advisor that looked like us in our community, that was able to assist and educate our parents. So what we want to do and what we are striving to do is to educate each and every household, regardless of income. We want to make sure that we are able to reach each and every individuals. Like Wilbur said, we want to be able to touch each generation, the ones that we won't come in contact with, but the ones that we will forever love.
Well, where does one start to try to build that extra wealth? I mean, what are some of the first steps?
Well, we always say, people perish through the lack of knowledge. And unfortunately, we've seen that all too often in our communities. So the first step is sitting down to understand the value of a financial advisor. Most people in our community especially have not ever spoken with a financial advisor before. They don't know what we actually do. They don't know what value we can actually bring to the table. So we always say the first step is education. The second step is communication. So within doing so, having that conversation, it can start you on the right path that can lead to some sort of action being taken to put you in a better situation.
And what are some of the key components to really getting started? I mean, what should be part of that strategy?
There are actually a lot of different parts that are key components to having a successful and well-rounded financial plan. You should have risk management. You should have estate planning. You should have retirement planning. You should have income planning and investment planning. All these things are key components to having a successful financial plan. And if you take any one of those elements out, the house can crumble just like a house with a faulty foundation.
Wow. And you guys have a pretty unique clientele. I mean, you work with a lot of athletes, and I'm sure you advise them quite a bit about how they can turn that momentary burst of income into a lifelong opportunity to take care of themselves, right? I mean, what do you
Absolutely.
do with that?
Most people don't plan to fail, but they do fail to plan. So we start with that communication, education with them as well. A lot of these guys are so young. I mean, all of us have been at that age before where, tomorrow doesn't seem like, it's ever going to stop coming.
Sure.
So we don't see the end in the beginning. So essentially what we have to do to them is kind of flip retirement on its head. Instead of saving that 10 to 20% that we would normally say is recommended for a normal individual with a 30-year, 40-year work life history, they have 5 to 10. So we really conduce that down to an 80 to 90% savings. So of course, getting them started on having a budget, having a sound financial plan and understanding guidance and, stopping the mistakes before they happen essentially. Because we always say, if you have enough coming in and you can take care of what you can stop going out, you put yourself in a better situation. My father always told me if I don't lose it, I got to work out how to try to get it back.
That's really good information. David, I mean, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. First, with that assessment piece, we want to make sure that each individual comes to us with a level of trust. Wilbert and myself and the rest of our advisors with Hamilton Wealth Advisors, we all operate with a level of care. Nobody cares what you know until they know that you care. We're trustworthy individuals, but there's a level of care, and we care about your finances and your well-being.
And if our viewers wanted to learn more about Hamilton Wealth, where would they go?
They can check us out on the web at hamiltonwealthadv.com.
All right, hamiltonwealthadv.com.
Yes, sir.
There you go. All right, well, and of course, if you want more information, you can go to our website, thebalancing.com. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for being here and being a part of the show today. Thank you, for sure. Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today.
Remember to head to our Facebook page, like us on Instagram, follow us on X, and visit thebalancing.com to enter our latest sweepstake or giveaway.
Stay safe, love that family of yours. We'll see you next time.